let's implement the read resolve method here. I'll copy this from the enclosing class and move it inside our static inner class. Let's make some space here. Okay. So I'll mark this as inside proxy, our proxy read resolve, because it's right now it's moved from enclosing class to the proxy. And now here we are creating the original enclosing class object. And let's set all these field variables. So let me make some changes here. So it should be, instead of using the setter methods, I will instead use just equal operators. So market data dot security ID is equal to security ID for this, right? So we'll just write security ID like this. Okay. Similarly, I will do for the other fields. Okay, so we have defined our read resolve method inside our proxy read resolve, and we create a market data object for the enclosing class and set all the fields with the inner class private field members and return it. So this is how we will replace the original the proxy pattern serialized class with the enclosing class object. Now, as the serialization proxy pattern has been implemented now, let's write some test cases to assert what we have done. But before that, let's revise what we have done so far. So we created our market data with proxy pattern, our Java POJO class, which implements serializable. And we have got our private field members as string and primitives, long and double and boolean. And we created getters and setters and the toString method. And after that, we implemented the write replace method and the read object method. So the write replace method, it will create the new, it will actually serialize the inner static class proxy pattern, the proxy that we have created, in which we have constructed it by passing the enclosing Java POJO object, which is this. So here it goes in this proxy pattern, and in this proxy pattern, we have defined the same fields as final, and which takes only one constructor, which we are calling from write replace, which actually sets all these inner class private members with the enclosing class private members using this constructor. And this is what we return. And this is what would be serialized to the stream of bytes. And while reading back, if a caller is doing any read object on the enclosing class to corrupt it or invalidate it or do something for security, so in that case, it will be throwing this object exception. So instead of that, we are actually passing the read resolve method inside the proxy pattern, which will be called. And from this, inside this read resolve, we will actually create the original object with all the fields effectively, and like it would be logically equivalent because it is the same copy of all those private field members of the enclosing class, which we retrieve from this private static class and return it. So this is what which would be deserialized back the original enclosing class.